Hello, fellow gunners. Tim here at the reloading bench. I'm going to be loading the wad cutters in the 380. Oops, said that again, didn't I? 308 Winchester. Now, if you'll look at the bearing surface on these two bullets, you'll see that the bearing surface is almost identical. There might be maybe 5 thousandths difference. This might be a little taller. This is a 165 grain Hornady SST. This, on the other hand, is a military. I believe it's a 168 grain. Let me weigh it real quick. Actually, it looks to be about 157 grain. Something. Let's see. According to my scale, it's 162. 162 grain. It's a pulled bullet. I inherited it. I inherited a bunch of stuff at one time, and the person I inherited it from had pulled all these military bullets out of the brass so he could load his own hunting rounds. Because there in the state of Missouri, you can't use a full metal jacket. And I'm sure that's true in most states. Now, if you compare the bearing surface on these, there's a whole lot of bearing surface on here. And then you've got your Lee 170 grain bullet, which when I cast them, they come out 180. And you'll see there's probably about 30 thousandths. You know what? Why don't I just measure that and see? Okay, from top to bottom, it's 0.435 on our little wad cutter. And right up to the top of the top driving band, about 543. That's a difference of a hundredth. Right? Tenth. Yeah, it's a tenth. Wow. It's quite a bit. But I think when it's loaded, it's going to have enough bearing surface to stabilize it. Well, let's get into this. I'm going to be using the same flaring die with the build point in it that I use for the 223. And what's odd is I don't have to adjust this die. I take it right down to the locking nut, and it'll expand the 223 where I want it, and the 308 where I want it without adjusting it. It's just pretty cool. Maybe over here so you can see it. was looking for my show holder. It's already in there. All right. There you go. Just enough of a bail. Get the bullet started in there. You know, guys, I've talked about it in my other videos whenever I have any kind of loading data. And I tell you that be smart. Think about what you're doing. When I load these and I give you what powder I'm going to be using and the charge I'm going to be using, now that's what I'm doing. When you guys load, whatever you load, that's on you. It's not on me, it's on you. And if anything I load here blows my face off, it's on me. So don't take what I'm doing, put it to your application, and think that it's safe for you. You guys think about what you do, and you do what's good for you, what you think is safe. All right, with that said, we'll go ahead and flare all these, and then I'll be back. All right, guys, I got those flared. I'm going to take out the flaring tool, flaring die. I'm going to put in the bullet seeder. Now, I know you guys just seen something fall out of that die. Well, here's the deal. I have cranked the seating stem all the way down, and it will not seat this wad cutter. So what I done was I took another one of these wad cutters and put it up into the die to act as a block. And it's fell out. So what I'm going to have to do is whenever I put a charge in here like I just did, now this is 11 grains of green dot. What I'm going to start with, it's going to be one of my loads. I really don't have any data on this wad cutter. This is just something that I'm doing, experimenting. And this is where the funky stuff comes in with, you know, it's unexplored territory. But the smallest bullet in weight that I could find was 113 grain. And I'm going off of its data, and okay, it's saying that starting is 11 grains of green dot at about 1,700 feet per second, 1680 something. So I'm pretty sure that this bullet being lighter, it'll probably shoot, according to what they're saying, about 1,800 feet per second. Now, whether it will or not will just have to be seen. Now, I am putting a crimp on this because with this short bullet, I don't want it to fall down into the casing. And that's what it looks like seated. It looks like it could take a little bit more crimp. Now I'm crimping it on that top drive band, the thickest part of the bullet, because that's where it's going to grab some meat. Okay, I'm going to load 5 of these. I'm pretty sure 5 to experiment with, see how their pattern will be pretty good. I want to bring something else up. Now, you know, Johnny's reloading bench always talks about having 1 powder on his bench at a time. And a lot of times you'll catch him, he'll have 2 and go, oh, I never do this, I don't want to do that. I've done the opposite one time. I have a bad habit of putting my powder back in storage after I fill my powder measure. And I was loading some 9mm with some True Blue one time. And, of course, put it back in storage. Went to get the can to put what I had in my powder measure back in the can. I'd actually grabbed a can of tack. Which looked the same, you know, just at a glance. And, you know, just dumped my powder in. And realizing what I'd done, I had just opened that can too and loaded like 5 test bullets. Had to throw the whole can away because, you know, you can't use that. So, 1 can on the bench so you know what's in your measure. All right, well, I loaded 5 with the green dot, 11 grains. Now I'm going 12 grains with unique. We'll be using the little ducky coated bullets. That's showing these to be going about, with that 113 grain bullet, going about 1831 feet per second. So these probably go faster. I don't know. I wish one day I'll buy a chronograph so I know how fast my bullets are going. But I normally don't worry about how fast my bullets are going, because normally when you load them, you're loading between a speed and a speed anyway. So if you're loading for accuracy, you're going to be within that speed. So I've always just shot for the accuracy. One reason why I've never worried about speed. Now, when I first started reloading, I had a chronograph, and you know, it's all about the speed. And then I got to realizing that it ain't really about the speed. It's about the accuracy, and the speed's in between your start point and your max anyway. So it doesn't really matter how fast you're going. I loaded some bacons doing the experiment with the hollow points, and that's really cool, knowing what speed that it's expanding at what alloy. Pretty neat. All right, my third and final load. Now, I mentioned earlier, my last video, that I would probably use some Blue Dot or 2400. I've just been thinking, and I just really think this bullet's too light for those powders. I could probably come up with something, but it would just be ridiculously faster than what I want it to shoot. So I'm not going to load the Blue Dot or the 2400. But I am going to load this 10 grains of red dot. So we'll be using 11 grains of green dot, 12 grains of unique, and 10 grains of red dot. Did I say green dot? Red dot? All right. Well, that's it for now. Now all we got to do is get some range time in, and boy, I've got a lot of worked up loads that I've got to take and see how they're going to shoot. 9mm 45s, 308s. Thinking there was another one. Oh, 223s. Always working on the 223s. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure you share, like, make a comment, and subscribe. Catch you in the next video, guys.